Hey everyone, thanks for clicking this video. I want to walk you through how Tonkean thinks about software auditing inside of companies. Now, Tonkean and many other automation tools frequently pitch about how easy we are to onboard new vendors and suppliers and then offboard them, automatically generating licenses, going through risk reviews, have key stakeholders fill out forms. But what a lot of companies miss is the 99% of the software experience, which is managing it. Countless procurement and IT teams have monthly and quarterly and annual reviews of the software that's currently in their systems. How many users are using them? How much data are we optimizing on the contract that we're using inside of this company? A Tonkean solution would be being able to manage all of these software vendors in one place and then being able to automatically or manually kick off a software audit review for each of these softwares. I want to walk you through an example of that today, as we see here in this Tonkean workspace for the procurement team. You see here that I'm in a tab called Software Auditing, and you can think about this as a single source of truth for all active software inside of your company. As an example, here's a list of 8 softwares, and you can see the status on each of them, the owner for each of those applications, and then key information like the number of licenses that are actively being used and when IT kicked off their last audit. Scrolling down, I can see audits that are in flight right now for Zendesk and Concur, respectively. What status they're in, who's the owner of that particular audit review, and what needs to be done in order to push that to a status of complete. Once again, everything that you see in this view right here is 100% customizable, built by myself using no code. And what I'm about to show you next is a process of me creating one of these audits for the Jira software. With just a click of a button, I can see this kickoff user application audit, where I'm then greeted to a form that asks me to just type in the application name that's inside of my company, or pull from a list that Tonkean is listening to in real time. I can add Jira or several applications that I can kick off, but I'll just stick to Jira. And with the next button, Tonkean automatically generates a mission control station that we call an interface right here. After a quick refresh, we could see that the Tonkean interface, this Domino's pizza tracker, if you will, is currently in the app owner review stage. Myself, the application owner of Jira, is greeted to this list of real-time information of all 12 users that are inside of our Jira instance, their name, their user ID, and even a URL that I could go to get more information about them. As the IT admin, I can be able to make a decision based off of these 12 users. By clicking on Andrew's status, I can make a decision whether to keep this individual as active, terminate them, or automatically ask the manager. Tonkean is way more powerful than just clicking these buttons. We can statefully listen to the last time that each of these users logged in, maybe when they were equal to terminated in your Active Directory, and then be able to adjust the audit performance as you see fit. But for simplicity of this demo, the IT admin has the ability to terminate them right here with a click of a button, and then that gets updated in SCIM systems or an approval cycle if you would like that. I could do the same for Anna right here. And maybe for this Ben Wallace kid, I could change the audit decision to ask the manager. Scrolling down, I could take this action that I'm about to do here and kind of finalize it with this action button that I call the one-click audit. By being here, Tonkean gives me a message saying, hey, you're about to terminate 2 users and make a manager decision on 1. Do you wish to proceed with the audit? I go ahead and click yes, submit the form, and then Tonkean executes his actions by automatically deprovisioning those 2 users and then going over to Slack to ask the manager, Ben Wallace, for information on this request. Moving over to Slack, let's pretend that I'm Ben Wallace's manager and I'm inside of my Slack channel. I get this DM that I see here from Tonkean saying, hey manager, your direct report Ben has a license in Jira. Their last login was this, should the user still have access? So on a technical level, what Tonkean's doing here is basically a VLOOKUP, being able to take that Ben.Wallace email that we found inside of this pizza tracker and then looking up the manager ID inside of his respective Okta user. From there, the manager then has the ability to make those decisions that the IT admin was given. I like Ben. I think that he has been doing a good job in Jira, so I'll just maintain this as a remain active status. Imagine what a software like this can do at scale. Obviously, this example here only has a basic amount of Jira users of 12, but there's going to be applications that have hundreds, if not thousands, of licenses, and Tonkean can be able to automate the manager to user to IT admin coordination quite seamlessly with a process that fits your existing company needs. If I go ahead and refresh this page, I could see that Ben Wallace's status has been updated to remain active, and the pizza tracker has been updated to awaiting managers. to make sure that every single manager has made their decision, and then and only then will this audit metric be equal to 100% complete, and then this greater dashboard that we see right here has been updated all the way down to a status of audit complete. So I think the million-dollar question here is, how did I build all of this? Well, I was able to build this without a single line of code inside of Tonkean's workspaces. Inside of this module studio right here, I integrated to this workflow view almost a lucid chart that actually works, where I could be able to dictate the process that fits my company's needs for this annual license audit process. Here you can see the story that I'm telling here. When an IT admin is inside of that workspace, they could be able to click a form that says Kickoff User Application Audit. Once they enter in the application that they want, Tonkean does a large VLOOKUP, being able to pull all the active users inside that application, in this case Jira. For each user, we can default them to a remain active status, but when their status get updated to Ask Manager, we're going to go ahead and ask the manager a question inside of Slack with this dynamic text. For a status that equals to terminated, we're going to go ahead and create an issue for them for an IT administrator to manually remove them in case an automation can't happen. If I want to adjust this to the needs that fits my existing process, I could just go into this workflow builder and hit this plus button and be greeted to all of the actions that Tonkean has on this right-hand panel. As a workflow automation tool, you expect all these pretty logos here on the right. The ability to create, read, update, and delete data based off of APIs from all systems that are supported with an API. But going above, you can see the coordination part that really brings Tonkean to where it is today. The ability to ask a manager a multiple choice question, be able to give a form, a pre-filled form maybe to a stakeholder that's involved in a process, or go through an approval cycle in the event that a termination for a VIP client or employee requires that level of oversight. Well, that's all that I wanted to show you on this video. I hope that you liked how we think about annual license audits. If you would like to see more, talk to a rep, and we would love to discuss how we could personalize this to your existing company's needs. Thank you.